I don't know what I'm doing because I have attached all of my PNG files together, but they keep cutting out separate. Don't worry, I'm here to help because we're going to talk today about the difference in flatten versus attach when it comes to print and cut images. My name is Lauren and I'm a craft producer here at Maker's Gonna Learn, where we bring you inspiration, education, and motivation to get your die cutting machine out and start using it. I'm going to answer the age-old question, do I flatten or do I attach? And I'm going to show you two examples of why we are going to do one or the other. If you are new to our channel, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can get notified every time we get crafty. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Which one do I do, flatten or attach? Let's go to Design Space. Now that we're here in Design Space, let's start building our sticker. So I have already uploaded the design or the file that I want. So I'm gonna use this skull with flower, which is going to be linked down below for you guys to use. If you want to use this, you can do so by getting our free 7-day trial at the Maker's Gonna Learn website, where you can try our websites, get 20 download credits for free for 7 days. Now you will choose if you want to go monthly or yearly after those 7 days if you do not cancel. My advice, go ahead and go yearly because you're gonna save 50% on that membership. It's amazing. So we're gonna use this skull with the flower file, and then the font that we're gonna be using is Estuary, can be found on our website. So I'm just going to type in Estuary here, and what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna type never, then hit enter and better. From here, what I want to do is I'm going to go to advanced, ungroup to lines. I'm going to bring never here and better here, and I'm actually going to curve it a little bit this way, and I'm going to curve this one a little bit this way, and you're gonna see why here in just a second. I'll bring this down. Now what I'm going to do is, with never selected, I'm gonna come up here to curve. I'm going to curve it down this way, and then once again I'm going to change it over here and bring it down a little bit closer to the skull, and maybe even curve it a little bit more. And then better, I'm going to bring up here, and I'm going to start curving the opposite way, and then take this and rotate it to the right like that, and then bump it up against the skull a little more. And I'm going to also change the color of the words never better from gray to black. Once you have placed it where you want to, we're going to select all, and I'm going to add an offset. Now you can choose how large or how small you want your offset to be. I think for this one, a 0.25 is good. We're gonna click apply. I'm gonna change the color to white, and I'll go ahead and change our canvas color as well so you can see this a little bit better. And then with the offset selected, I'm gonna contour out everything in the middle. So this is what we are left with. Now, we do want this to be print and cut, so what you can do is go ahead and select all of this, come up here to operations, and you can see it says basic cut, and we just want to change it to a print and cut, okay? So this looks good. It's a print and cut. You think it looks great. However, you can see over here, they're still all separate layers. So let's talk about the difference between flatten and attach. I'm going to select this, duplicate the whole sticker, bring it over here, and we are going to flatten one and we are going to attach one. So the first one here, I'm going to go to attach, and it looks like it's all together. It looks like it's perfect. The next one, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to select flatten. Once again, they look identical, right? So now that we're here, it looks like they're both the exact same. This one is attached. It's all a print. It says all of it says print and cut. This one is a print and cut, so it should be the same, right? Let's go to make it and find out. Now that we're here, you can see that they're still the same. They're still together, they are still here. So you would think that they should cut out the same. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to send this to the printer and we're going to see which one you should do and why. So I'm going to select continue. I'm going to send it to my printer. For this one, you do not have to add bleed, so we're going to turn bleed off. And we are going to use System Dialog and hit print. I'm then going to pull this down. We want to feed from rear tray and best quality, and then we are going to select print. Now that we've printed, this looks exactly the same. So once again, this one is attached, this one we have flattened. And this, what you're fixing to see, is the most important part and why we choose one over the other. So now that we're here, we are going to choose the printable sticker paper. I'm choosing the one with the green paper lining because I don't want it to cut all the way through. And then we're going to load this into our machine. What our machine is going to do now is it is registering the bounding box around our two stickers to cut them out. While our Cricut is cutting, let's think, which one do you think is going to work the best? Flatten or attach? I guess we're fixing to find out. So the reason it is taking our Cricut so long to cut this is because you can see the one that was on the right was our attach file. And what our machine is doing is cutting out every single piece of this sticker, which is why attach is not the solution if we are wanting to cut out one full sticker. Although it looked the exact same, I feel like this is the issue that a lot of our friends run into, is although it says it's a print and cut file, we'll attach everything together and then we wonder why it all cuts out separate. That's because we have to flatten the file into 3 or 4 separate layers into one single layer. And I will show you exactly what it does here in just a second once it finishes cutting the flattened side of our design. Once it is finished cutting the flattened version. So overhead, you can see that this one on the right, let's try to peel this up. You can see that every single letter and the skull cut out. And not only that, but everything inside the skull cut out. That is why we never want to use attach when we are trying to create a print and cut image. The one on the left here, we'll take it off of here, and actually what I can do is I'll just take up this. You can see here that the one on the left is the one that we want. Now that we have answered this question, let's talk about why we flatten over attach. Back in Design Space, although these both look the same, and I know I had some friends that were probably yelling, "No, Lauren, we don't attach." But I wanted to show everyone because I truly feel like the best way to learn is by seeing it in action. So I wanted to show you what each one does. Like I said, this one is the flattened version, which is the one that ended up being on the left. And this one is the attached version, which was the one that ended up being on the right. So here, although it moves around the same, when we go to make it, it looks the same. The reason being is over here in the layers panel. For our Cricut to know that we just want the outline, what we have to do is we have to compress all of these layers into one layer. And how we do that is not by attaching, but by flattening. So now you can see that it has compressed all of those 5 different layers into one layer, and that is where our Cricut knows to just cut the outline. Now I know that was a roundabout way of telling you which one you need to use, which is flatten, but like I said, I wanted you guys to see it in action because Me, I'm a visual learner, and I think a lot of us here are visual learners as well. We can hear one thing over and over, but until we see it in action, it doesn't really sink in. If you only attach your print and cut images together, this is what you're gonna get. You're going to get everything cut out separate. It's not gonna be what you wanted. The reason that we have to flatten is because we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, compressing them all together, and getting one layer here like you see on the left. I hope this has answered your question and really helped you flatten versus attach. If you are doing stickers or print and cut images, you're always going to choose flatten. And that's the reason, is because we want to compress all the files into one layer. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time we get crafty. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.